Hey you, don't watch that, watch this.
Hello folks, I'm back out in the workshop at long last. It's been a while, I know, I'm sorry about that, but life has been very stressful and very busy. But I'm now back in a position where I want to do some wood turning, and we're back on the Coronet Regent lathe. I've got a lovely bowl blank from Yandles on here, a Sycamore bowl blank, and I've also got my lovely new bowler hat on, especially for bowl turning. So yeah, it's my birthday bowler, lovely present from my wife. I don't think she thought it through really. She's going to have to go out with me wearing this. Anyway, I'm going to keep it simple, because we're just going to do a simple bowl so I can get my eye back in. You need to practice wood turning. I haven't done any for a while, so I'm just going to do something fairly simple. I did another project while I was incapacitated. I made a carbon fibre kayak paddle. I haven't quite finished the video, editing the video. It's not great. I'm not sure whether I'll put it on the channel or not, but something that might interest you. And I do have some bigger projects planned. Have a look at this. Look at the size of that. Starting with a sharp pencil and a centre finder, just finding the centre of the blank and marking it. And they're using the SC4 chuck with the woodworm screw. And I'm just checking the inner diameter of that thread, so I'm using the correct size drill. Goes onto the lathe, and the blank screws onto the woodworm screw. Then we're ready to go. Using the Record Power 3/8 bowl gouge here with a fingernail grind. Doing lots of push cuts. Making sure I'm always cutting downhill with regards to the grain. You really want to avoid any tear out with Sycamore. You can get very deep tear out, which is very hard to get rid of, particularly if you're nearing the end shape of your bowl. And lots of push cuts. Just working my way round. Just a little bit from the other direction here, just to avoid tear out. I'm actually making this an enclosed bowl, so I have to be very careful on my direction of cut. Just marking the recess for the chuck jaws. Using a parting tool and a bowl gouge just to hog out that recess. A little bit of sanding up to 400. And I'm using a bit of acrylic sanding sealer this time, 2 coats of that, and then Yorkshire Grit Microfine. Plenty of it, work it well, and then buff it all away. And there we go. That's the outside and underside done. I've just taken the woodworm screw out. I've reversed that round onto the standard 2-inch chuck jaws, and then we're starting hollowing. Same 3/8 bowl gouge with the fingernail grind. Just working from the outside towards the centre. Just rolling that round. Got my glove on because the shavings get quite hot coming off Sycamore. Just be careful when using gloves, you don't want them to catch on anything. I'm getting some nice shavings coming off here, keeping that bowl gouge razor sharp. As I say, working from the outside into the centre. Here you can just see how I'm starting with the flutes closed and then rolling them slightly open once I've started the cut. I'm just rolling that round. That stops it skidding across the surface. The bowl gouge will want to follow a sort of a natural curve according to which bevel you've got on it, really. Gradually hollowing this out. As I say, I do most of the work using a fingernail grind on a 3/8 bowl gouge. It's amazing how quick you can hollow out a bowl. Being careful not to take too big a bite each time. Here I'm just defining the rim a little bit. I'm just skating across here just to gives me an edge to work to. Then back to some more hollowing. Very satisfying, I think, using traditional tools and hollowing like this. You can see all the shavings flying off here. It's very dry, this Sycamore. As I said earlier, you've really got to avoid tear out with it. Getting to the end of the hollowing, go have the obligatory slow-mo shot there, look. A few shavings flying at the camera. Here I'm just hollowing out that undercut edge so the contour follows the exterior contour. And here I have one of the brand new Record Power 3/8 bowl gouges with the longer handle, a 16-inch handle, which I've just got out of the packet. And as you can see, it comes with the standard grind on. And I'm going to modify this a little bit. I'm sticking, here it is recontoured. It's a standard grind again, but at 60 degrees, and I've just knocked the heel off. You can see a sort of a secondary bevel there where I've just taken the heel off. And I use this for skating along the bottom of the bowl here, chasing out the bottom of the bowl, getting it nice and flat, and getting it to the correct depth. It's also a good grind for getting around these tight internal curves. Here I am defining the rim, then a bit of power sanding, and I'm finishing it just the same with acrylic sanding sealer and Yorkshire Grit Microfine. Just working it. And then a bit of Microcrystalline wax, Chestnut Products Microcrystalline wax, which I buff away. And there we are. Very pleased with that. No tear out. And I'm using the bowl reversing or coal jaws and a cloth to protect the bowl. Because it's an enclosed bowl, I'm expanding them into the mouth of the bowl. I'm just turning away that chuck recess to give a more professional result. Back to the fingernail grind bowl gouge here. 600 RPM maximum. Just gentle cuts, taking that back. Bit of power sanding, sanding and branding, and finishing it all the same as I did the rest of the bowl. And there it is. That's my first wood turning project after quite a long break. Not quite as simple a bowl as I was first planning. I made it an enclosed bowl in the end, and it's quite thin walled as well, so it's a little bit of a challenge. Where I was using a recess underneath, it means that this outer part of the base has to be slightly thicker than the walls, otherwise you're going to go through when you hollow, and that makes for a tricky transition from the curve of the wall to the floor of the bowl. I don't know if you can see that, but that's quite tricky, especially in Sycamore, which tears out incredibly easily and bruises, and you've got to be so careful turning it. Sharp tools, I kept sharpening my tools all the way through and just creeping up on these cuts to get it right. I'm very pleased with the transition. It's worked out well. Put my logo on the bottom. Anyway, I've got lots more projects coming up. It's just finding the time and the energy to do them. Thanks to Yandles for supplying the bowl blank. And the other thing they sent, which I didn't use on this product, is their new speedy friction polish. This is part of Yandles' new Essentials range, which is sort of essential range of wood finishes and wood turning products. I'll leave a link and a discount code in the description. I'll stick some stills up in a minute But many thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. As I said, many thanks for watching. And if you could like, share and subscribe, that would be a huge help to me. And if you could hit that bell button, you'll be reminded of when I put up another video. I will endeavour to try and keep videos coming a bit more regularly. Life seems to be settling down a bit at the minute. Anyway, I'll be back soon.
More rubbish coming soon.